gotten the opportunity to introduce ourselves to both programs, so I want you guys to get to know everybody. My name is Charles Scooter Hall. I go by Scooter, Coach Scooter. I'm the program and curriculum coach for the Antelope Valley.
Hello everyone, my name is Crystal. I am one of the ACSCs for the Young Men's Program at Little Rock and at Eastside.
Hi everyone, my name is Zola. I'm the program curriculum coach for Palmdale High and Eastside High. And then my partner, Daylong, who's not here today, she is the ACSC also for Palmdale High and Eastside High. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to see your beautiful faces this morning. My name is Dr. Amina Thomas. I am the program manager for the Young Women's Program. Whoop whoop! And super happy to be here today.
Hello everyone, my name is Nigel Ness, and I'm the manager of the Young Men's Program under Wisconsin.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
I'm Shantae Portia, the ACSC for Palmdale and AV High. I'm Miss Childs. I'm a teacher at Palmdale High School for the Young Women's Program.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Cooper. I'm from Little Rock High School, teaching of record.
Good morning, all. I'm a teacher at Palmdale High School, Coach Coleman.
All right, good morning, everybody. Once again, my name is Mr. Cowan. I am the teacher for the Young Men's Program here at Eastside High School.
All right, give it up for our staff, please. At this time,
Yeah, I thought about it.
at this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Patterson. I'd like to introduce Mr. Jeff Patterson from AV High School. He is one of our longest veteran teachers of record. He was my teacher at AV High School as a sophomore and junior. Come on.
Kaylani.
Is Leilani here? Oh, okay. Mike, please.
All right, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Again, my name is Mr. Jeff Patterson. I'm the teacher of record, the urban scholar at Antelope Valley High School. And so I'm going to step in for Miss Angela Johnson-Peters and do a check-in. So going into finals in the winter break, how are you feeling? Good. How are you feeling? So on the 1, not so well. 5, you're doing pretty good. On the count of 3, you're going to hold up a fist of 5 as to how you're doing. And I'm going to ask one representative for each school to kind of explain what that is. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Mr. 5, show. We got some bright lights, we got some 5s out there. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to ask one representative from each school. Right? It can be the young ladies or the young men. You'll stand on your feet. You will say your name, you will say your school, and explain how you're feeling going into the winter break. This is our check-in. So we'll start with Antelope Valley High School. Can I get one representative for maybe to stand and explain how you feel? Make sure you turn to the
My name's Ricky, and I'm a 12th grader, and I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm getting my money, I got my job, you know. Getting some money, so yeah. Senior year, prior to college, so I'm feeling pretty good. So
yeah. Eastside High, can I get a rep from Eastside High to stand and give us a how you feel from Eastside?
Feeling pretty good. I'm doing all my work. My finals are pretty easy, so yeah.
Little Rock High. Can we get somebody from Little Rock High? Little Rock High. There it is. Turn around and face. There you go, buddy.
My name is Finley. I go to Little Rock High, and I feel like the finals is it's hard, but it's like easy at the same time. And it's like some classes are easy, some are hard. So like I give it like a 4.
All right, last but not least, Palmdale High, represented by the championship winning coach, Mr. Antelope.
Finals, I don't really care about finals right now because I feel like I'm gonna do good. And yeah,
Okay, so any advisors would like to share? I'm feeling good. I'm gonna do a 5. I just had my 59th birthday a couple of weeks ago. I gotta say that I got a medical situation that makes me move a little bit differently, but the Lord has spared my life. And I'm so happy to so we're gonna move on with today's festivities. And so I'm gonna do this for. I got a little script. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeff Patterson. I'm the teacher of record at Antelope Valley High School. I welcome you to our 2nd annual Antelope Valley Union High School District Urban Scholars Summit in association with the Social Justice Learning Institute. Please give a round of applause for both organizations. Clap. I'm here to give some historical context as to how the partnership between the district and SJLI created an opportunity for today's events to begin and continue. Thanks to all involved in helping to make today's event possible. And so we're going to jump right on into this. 2009, Antelope Valley was fortunate enough to receive an award called the African American Male Initiative. And the AAMI was the beginning of the groundwork and the foundation that has allowed us to be here today. So on this picture right here, you see our first summer institute, which was July 2009, where 7 young men were brave enough to join me in an opportunity to help change their lives. The following year, in 2010, we basically doubled the number of young men who participated in the program from 7 to over 16. We were able to get some funding where we were able to get some AMI polos. And so this was the beginning of laying our cultural infrastructure and the foundation of what would become the Urban Scholar Program. In 2011, we welcomed the AAFI, the African American Female Initiative, so similar to the young ladies joining us. Let's give our young ladies a round of applause. So we made room for our young ladies because many of the young ladies asked me, Miss Paxson, what about us? And so we know that sometimes we got to take care of our kings in order to take care of our queens. This was a national program. Antelope Valley was one of 6 schools chosen nationally to engage in the African American Male Initiative. Antelope Valley, Washington High in Fresno, Mojave High in Las Vegas, Bowie High School in Dallas, Texas, Woodlawn High School in Baltimore, Maryland, and Acorn High School in Brooklyn, New York. So they had a wide cross-section of young people. Big schools like Dallas had over 3,000 students. The school in Brooklyn had less than 1,000, so they did a good job of kind of reaching across the country. They had a national summit in Dallas in 2013 where they published the report furnished by City Foundation. And so this picture that you see is representatives of a lot of those 6 schools that was part of the original AMI. Now this was the day that the Urban Scholar was born in my mind here at Antelope, in the Antelope Valley. The picture on the left you see is what we call the Black Male Photo of Excellence. So every first Monday is a Dress for Success event at Antelope Valley High School, where the young students will come out dressed in shirt and ties. And so we invited our district personnel to kind of come out and join with us. The picture on the right, as you see, is myself, our current Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Chandler Williams, and one of the area directors, Dr. Jada Jackson. In 2013, the funding ended for the AMI. We were funded by Citigroup. They had a 4-year study. That's what that other picture was. They did the report. We had several Gates Millennium Scholarship nominees for Black men. I'm not sure that anybody else in this district can say that. And so when the funding ended, the AMI basically went to a club status as opposed to a classroom that was in the regular program schedule. Ms. Chandler Williams came to me that day and she said, Mr. Patterson, if AMI was to return to Antelope Valley High School, what would that look like? I said, hold on. And we literally closed the door and I said, we're going to leave all of our titles outside. It's Shannon, Jeff, and Jada. We already did that. It was called the AMI. The district didn't support that. And so if you want me to be a part of anything that has to do with young Black men, I'm gonna need something more than what was done before. I didn't know at the time that she had in mind Urban Scholars. So that next year, Urban Scholars was introduced to the district. My 2 brothers, Mr. Coleman and Brother Calvin, went to a 5-day leadership training in Culver City. And this was in 2019. This was when we first kind of met each other. And this is when that journey began to build the Urban Scholar Program. This was our first day of school. During our staff meeting, Dr. D'Artagnan Scorza, who is the founder of SGLI and the Urban Scholar Program, came to speak to our staff during our staff meeting before school. And the picture on the right is the classroom, the first day of school. And that note that says, that you see on, it says, with all due respect, if you are not a part of the Urban Scholar Program today, please do not enter this space. This is for us to begin to establish the brotherhood that is now transformed to what you see today. It was no disrespect meant, but I needed to make sure that everybody knew this was something different than the AAMI. I encourage all of our staff, our district staff to please come to the site so they can see your face and know that this is something different. The picture on the left, you see Mr. Matt Casey, one of our biggest supporters at the district level. He came literally on the first day of school. And the picture on the right, you see Ms. Shanlin in the blue, and our current superintendent. He was not the superintendent at that time, but he's our current superintendent, Mr. Greg Nehan, visiting my classroom. And if you notice on the screen, you see a picture of Nipsey Hussle. This was shortly after Nipsey Hussle's murder, and so we were actually doing a lesson on Nipsey Hussle's murder, and so that kind of spoke to the culturally relevant teaching that we use in our curriculum. This is not use old stale textbook. We pull stuff right out of the front page, and so that was pretty powerful. Again, we have our community. We take a lot of pictures with her, so that's why I asked you guys to please participate in the pictures so we can kind of show you 5 years from now when we're doing our 7th annual Urban Scholar Summit. Our current superintendent was there in the back, and this was the day that we did our Urban Scholar Polo presentation. Big shout out to Brother Tunde, who is no longer with the organization, but he was a very big person, kind of helping us establish the Urban Scholar program in the Antelope Valley. We do know that we went through some tough times during COVID, right? And so even through COVID, SDLI did a very good job of providing resources. They gave laptops and hotspots and grocery cards to the students and whatever. Antelope Valley was very fortunate to participate in a virtual session with former Los Angeles Laker, Mr. Byron Scott. Kind of see him in the top row in the middle. And so he was so willing to provide the young men with suits and shoes and shirts and ties and whatever. He was very impressed with it. So we appreciate him. This was our Urban Scholar Retreat out to UC Santa Barbara last year. The year before we did a day trip to Santa Barbara, but this particular trip last year we went to Santa Barbara and did an overnight retreat for a couple of days with many of the scholars that are here today. And so that was really cool. Hopefully they're planning some things as it relates to that this year. As you know, Santa Barbara's right there on the beach, so we were able to do the bonfire and really kind of connect as a brotherhood. And so this is something that sets us apart a little bit differently from some of the other programs that you may have seen almost finished. Last year was our first year of the YPAR Symposium. And this is where we brought all 4 schools together to present their YPAR project. YPAR stands for Youth Participatory Action Research Project, which all you guys will be engaging in that in the second semester. This is where you research a particular issue or problem at your site or in your community. You do legitimate research on it, come up with some findings and a presentation, and you present that to a particular group. In this case, this was at the district office to the superintendent and several members of the school board and cabinet. Very, very, very impressive to see these young men kind of come. And they had some really good topics. Palmdale did some on water quality at their site. Antelope Valley did some on the black male suspension rates at our site. And then the east side did kind of a culture and climate. Not quite sure what Little Rock did, but each school was represented in the YPAR Symposium. Again, here you see a couple of the pictures, whatever. And so again, you see the district personnel, our superintendent off to the right-hand side. So there's a lot of support for this program. And young people, I need you to understand that there's a lot that goes into this. And so you have a duty and a responsibility that if you're a part of this program that you always represent the urban scholars to the best of your ability, because there are people who are watching and there are people who are taking notes about how we move and how we do. This is our Urban Scholar Culmination Program. It's almost similar to a black graduation where SGLI puts on this very nice event to acknowledge all of the seniors who will come through this program. The picture that you see on the left is Brother Kevin Cheney. He's a former AB Urban Scholar who received a Jordan Wing Scholarship. That's why he has the Jordan Wing shoebox. It's a GAP scholarship that provided for him to attend Tuskegee University. And so we have several young men who have gone on to leave our Urban Scholar program to be enrolled in college. The one on the right that you see is the culmination event that was in 2023. If you've ever been to Universal City, there was a Sheraton Hotel right there. This is on the top floor of the Sheraton Hotel. It's called the Starlight Room. And so it overlooks Universal City and the whole area. Very beautiful, very beautiful. That was one of the better ones that they did. This was last year at Cal State LA. You see our Deputy Superintendent, Ms. Shannon Williams, who was in attendance with some of the Antelope Valley urban scholars and whatnot. And so again, there's a lot of district support. Here's a picture of myself and Brother Kevin Chaney on campus at Tuskegee. I cannot tell you how proud I was that this was done during a district-sponsored HBCU tour. Is anybody going on the HBCU tour sponsored through the district? Anybody? Any urban scholars? All right, give it up for these young people. Just so everybody knows, our district has sponsored a district-wide HBCU tour. 78 students were selected to go visit Howard University, Morgan State University, and North Carolina A&T. And so it was very important that our urban scholars were represented on that trip. And so to be able to see a young man who sat in my classroom as an urban scholar on campus at Tuskegee did my heart proud, and it motivates me to kind of continue to open up opportunities for the rest of them. This was our teacher training this year, and this is when we had the first time to welcome Mr. David Cooper at the Little Rock High School Urban Scholar Program and whatnot. You see Ms. Shante and Brother Charles. Who? Charles, just so you know, is a former student of mine at AB doing the AMI program way back in the day, 2012, 2013. And so there's a running joke that I would never call a grown man Scooter. And so he's always Charles to me. And they said I was calling him Scooter one time. I don't believe it. They don't have it on tape. You'll never be able to prove that. Here are some of the things that when the Young Women's Program was introduced last year at the training. And so again, we work very closely with SGLI to welcome the Young Women's Program. Ms. Penny Child and Ms. Cassandra Brown here at the East Side, I would welcome them. And then this is when the Urban Scholar Summit was born. We did a board presentation in August 2023 on the work that we've done with the Urban Scholar Program. It was well received by the board, and in that moment outside in the parking lot, the idea of the Urban Scholar Summit came to life, and that we should bring all 4 schools together for a day of food, fun, and fellowship. And so that set the stage for today. This was last year's first Urban Scholar Summit. It happened in September. We had to do it a little bit later this year due to some paperwork situations, but again, the district was very supportive of that. And so you can see the picture that you see on the right, and kind of what you see today is almost double the size in terms of the number of participants. We appreciate you. And so last year, the blessing was we were able to get Urban Scholar t-shirts. We're not so fortunate this year, but I do see some Urban Scholar gear outside in the foyer. So that is the history of how the Urban Scholar Program and Summit came to be in Antelope Valley. Thank you very much.
Thank Mr. Patterson, not only for that intro, but all the work that he's done with black students, brown students in this district. If you know anything about Patterson, this is his area of expertise. He really cares about our community and our young people. So always show respect to Patterson. I was in his class. He's the reason I knew how to get to college, how to fill out a financial aid form. You know, my first college board account was because I stepped into his class, right? Before I stepped in his class, I thought I was going to college, but I didn't know how. So I just want to show my respect to Mr. Patterson for all he did with me and changing my future. Right now, I'd like to introduce Crystal. She's going to get you guys going with an icebreaker.
Hello everyone. So now that we got to know a little bit about history, now it's time for us to get to know each other, get to know other urban scholars. And so we're gonna get in groups of 2 when I tell y'all. And you have to find someone you don't know, preferably someone from a different school. wait, hold on, one mic. One mic. And you're gonna introduce yourself, name, grade, and what school you attend. And you're gonna take turns answering the question. And then we're gonna repeat again for 3 rounds. So I'm gonna need everyone to get up.
On your feet.
Okay, find someone that you don't know. Okay. Is everyone in a group of 2 now? Do you have a partner? Please, someone who don't know. All right then. Good night now. Okay, so the first question you're gonna ask your partner or answer is, what's an album that you recommend that has no bad songs?
Let's go pause.
I'm not social.